I think
we are in many ways.
You do own guns. I know that you do. I know that you do. And I know that you think this whole Ukraine thing is insane.
Let me tell you. Well, I don't. But let me tell you.
I know that you do. I can see it in your eyes. How do I get out of this?
There's a lot of military in my family who know how to use guns better than me.
I know, but not all use of guns is equal, right? Some is counterproductive.
You know the thing about guns? I'll just say this for the audience. It will all be looking at me thinking I'm the 2A gun grabber. The reality is it's a complete cultural difference. In my country, everybody used to have a gun. Everybody used to in the old days. Now, very few people have guns. There are incredibly tight restrictions. And the consequence of that is we have almost zero gun crime.
Was your country, is London safe now?
No, I'm about to come to that. The problem we have is with knives, right? So I'm not saying for a moment you get rid of all the guns, nobody gets killed. Of course they do. We have a knife crime problem epidemic in our country.
No, you have a people problem. You have the kind of people who stab each other, and you didn't used to have that.
Well, we did. We did.
No, you didn't.
We did.
I mean, it's measurable. How many people got stabbed in London in 1970 or shot compared to now?
Sure, but
it's a massive increase because the attitudes of the people, the actions of the people are totally different. You've got different people and different behaviors. And you can't admit that because I'm not sure why.
No, because actually there are lots of white English people who stab each other.
Oh, I know.
Right.
Oh, I know.
So it's not just about
but
the influx of migrants, if that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying that I do think immigration has changed your country for the much worse.
Well, it's certainly changed the country.
Much worse. Yeah. That's my opinion. But it's not just immigrants who are behaving badly at all. There are a lot of native-born indigenous Brits who are behaving badly. That is totally true. And there are a lot of immigrants in your country who are kind of superior, actually, if we're being totally honest, who are really impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not making a blanket statement. I'm just saying that the behavior has changed of the people who live there, right? You can't be trusted with guns now because you're out of control.
I don't know about that. I just know we have very tight gun laws and no gun violence. The interesting, well, very little. My question for you...
But do you own a gun secretly?
I do not, no.
Do you want to?
You know why? I get 5 years in prison if I got caught with it.
So you're afraid you're afraid of your government, which doesn't trust you because it's a dictatorship.
No, let me ask you a question about guns since you raised it. I'm curious, genuinely curious. It's said there are over 400 million guns in circulation in America.
Hope so.
And it's apparently 1 million new guns get sold every month. So that number exponentially rises. The number of mass shootings in America is also rising. Do you think anything should be done about that? If I had my time again talking about this with Americans, I would never have been so censorious. I would never have been talking about gun control. I think the word control alienates Americans. But what I would have said was, how do you make it safer? How do you stop so many people getting shot? What do you do about it?
Well, you ban SSRIs immediately. You ban SSRIs. You ban whole categories
of medication.
Absolutely. Immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is that, drugs and alcohol drive a lot of our social ills, a lot of them. And when people are sober, and I would say, if you're on Xanax or Prozac or whatever, you're not sober.
Right. I agree.
But certainly alcohol and meth and, most of our social problems are either caused or exacerbated by the drugs that people take. That's just a fact. And mass shootings are definitely in that category. So, look, as you found out, your knife crime has just exponentially jumped recently.
Yeah.
And that's not because there are more knives. People use them at dinner every night and have for hundreds of years, and not since the Roman times they've used knives and not stabbed each other. It's because people are behaving differently.
Yeah, that's true.
Why is that?
That's true.
I must say, all the gun control people who want to send all the guns to Ukraine so they can go kill other Eastern Europeans, it's sort of weird. Do you think that's weird?
No, what I think is weird about the question I asked you is simply that if I was an American...
There's a lot of gun crime in Ukraine. Are you adding to that?
Well, it's a war. It's a different thing.
It's gun crime. I call it gun crime.
You think
people getting killed with guns.
You think Ukraine defending itself is a crime?
I think there are a lot of people getting killed with guns, and I think it's really sad, and we should disarm Ukraine.
Really?
Well, sure. People are getting killed with guns. They shouldn't have. There should be strict controls on guns in Ukraine. The automatic weapons. You guys are sending automatic weapons to Ukraine to kill other human beings. I just think that I'm just not comfortable with that morally.
I see what you're doing, Tucker.
You're doing the British Cheshire Cat thing with me.
No, because I think it's a fatuous argument, but it's fine.
So we were at a meeting here at TCN the other day, and I looked around the room, and every other person had a kind of ruddy vitality, sort of pink cheeks, alertness, bright eyes, full mental acuity, and a cheerfulness you could almost smell. And I asked, why does everyone look so good? And part of the answer, of course, is they like what we do for a living. It's really interesting. We think it's important. But another reason everyone looks so good is because they'd all had a great night's sleep. I'm not making this up. Almost everybody here uses a new sleep technology from a company called 8 Sleep. They sent it to us, and everyone here loves it. It's called the Pod. It's a high-tech mattress cover, effectively, that you add to your existing bed. You don't need a new bed or anything like that. You just throw this over what you have. What it does is adjusts the temperature of your bed, warmer or cooler, depending on what you want. And it maintains an ideal sleeping environment all night long. So I didn't know this, but as you progress through different phases of sleep, your body's needs change. And 8 Sleep automatically keeps things exactly where they should be in the sweet spot through the entire night. It's been proven to increase the quality of your sleep, the amount you sleep every night. It improves your recovery time from physical exertion, and it may even improve your cognitive performance and enhance your overall health. It seems to be doing that in our office. So it learns and adapts to your sleep patterns over time and automatically adjusts temperatures throughout the night through each phase of sleep. And it does this independently for each sleeper on either side of the bed. That's pretty cool. So you can sleep well and feel much better and be more effective the next morning as we are here. Try it for yourself. Go to 8sleep.com/Tucker. Use the promo code Tucker to get an extra $350 off the Pod 4 Ultra. You can try it with zero obligation for a month, and if you don't like it, just send it back. Again, that's 8sleep.com/Tucker. Better sleep today and look great in your morning meetings, as our guys do.
You're avoiding
Fatuous
asking.
meaning brilliant,
You're avoiding answering my question,
which is why do we have so many guns?
No,
Because we're free.
No, didn't ask
Because
that.
we're free. Because
Didn't
no
say-
one can tell us we
didn't
can't
say
defend
that.
ourselves.
We all used to have guns too. No, we
And then
don't.
you guys, after the Second World War, which was like a liberation war, and you won, you lost all your freedom, and now you can't even express your political opinions, so they put you in jail. So, like, how did you win? How did you win? Is that what victory looks like? You lose all your rights, your economy gets destroyed,
You know why we
controlled by
won?
bankers,
We
and all
won.
of a sudden, oh, I won.
We won because I'm not conducting this interview in German, which I would
So
have
it's a
been.
linguistic
So I'd rather not speak German and be goose stepping around my yard in England. Yeah,
Goose-stepping.
yeah.
But you are goose-stepping. People are arrested for praying.
We literally won our freedom from
Where's
people.
your freedom? Where's your freedom? You can get
I'm
arrested.
as free as you could possibly want a human
You
being to
can't
be.
defend yourself. You can't control who comes into your country, and you can't criticize government policies, or you get arrested. So how are you free? You're a slave, aren't you?
No, we
Really?
have
How free are you?
we have cultural problems in our country
Could
and
you go on
societal
Facebook
problems.
right now and say, I don't want any more immigrants in my country. They're making it worse.
You could say that. What you couldn't say, because a lot of these stories, I have to say, in America, have been spun completely disingenuously. There's one case, for example, I see everyone trying to send me as an example of Britain's gone mad. Elon Musk has done it. There's a guy who got 7 years in prison. Actually, what he was doing, this guy, was he was orchestrating and directing rioting on hotels containing asylum seekers because he had a incorrect belief that someone who had stabbed 3 young girls to death and stabbed loads of others in a horrific attack was an illegal asylum seeker.
Maybe he doesn't
And
want asylum
hang on.
seekers in his country. I mean, is that
but
okay?
Fine. It's not okay to have no asylum seekers. It is not okay to allow too many people to come in.
Why is it
It's
not okay to have no
It's not okay
asylum
to have a broken asylum system as we have.
Why have any asylum seekers?
Because I believe you should as a
Why?
good country. Because we're a caring, compassionate country. And by the way, Britain, for all your knocking of
How is
Britain,
that caring compassionate? Your native population is in massive decline.
Brit-
How is that compassionate
Britain,
to your people?
Britain actually is one of the most tolerant multicultural countries in the world to this day.
Then why do you have so many stabbings?
We have a problem with stabbings. But you know what? How many people get killed by stabbings a year in Britain compared
It's evidence to
Hang
you
on.
that you have a problem.
Nearly-
We're very compassionate. We do have a lot of stabbings.
Right. But by your criteria, they're just defending themselves. Haven't they got a right to bear arms?
Okay.
Well, hang on.
You
Have they?
didn't have
not?
like
Hang on.
really any stabbings
Hang
40
on.
years ago. Now you got a ton of stabbings,
Do the-
but everything's totally fine. And if you complain about it, you're going to jail.
Do the British people have a right to bear arms, Tucker?
All free people have a right to defend themselves.
Bear
period.
arms?
Of course. Yeah. How do
They
you
can
defend
carry
yourself?
knives. So why are you annoyed about the knife crime?
I'm against all crime. Look,
Just saying.
Here's my only
I'm
point.
sure if they use the Tucker Carlson argument, well, the other guy's got a knife, I better carry
In the
one.
United States, which is governed by a system we inherited with great gratitude from you, from the English, a person has a right, which is, we believe, God-given. It's inherent. We're born with it because we're not slaves. We're free people. To say what he thinks is true, period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And government has to not only not infringe on that right, but protect it. It exists to protect that right. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.